Okay, gents, we've got about just less than a minute now, 30 seconds to go before we open up our sprint lanes. And sprint lanes with the backstroke ledges can go in 1, 2, and 3, 6, 7, and 8. So backstroke ledges in lanes 1, 2, and 3, 6, 7, and 8. Continuous swimming 4 and 5. Or if you want to, use the diving pit. If you want to swim continuously, it's open all afternoon for you. Swim down, swim up, warm up, swim round, sit and have a chat. So sprint lanes are now open. 1, 2, and 3, 6, 7, and 8. Backstroke ledges are in those sprint lanes. We're just going to finish off, gents. Can we have the ladies for the first 6 heats, please, of the 100 meters butterfly? So, ladies, if you're in the first 6 heats of the 100 butterfly, could you go through to marshalling, please? That'd be very, very much appreciated. Okay, ladies and gents, just before we get underway, we have the usual safety announcement. And in the interest of fair play, we ask that you set to silent all mobile phones and pages, as if one was to activate prior to or during the race, it may jeopardize an athlete's position. We also ask that for complete silence and no flash photography when the athletes are signaled to their blocks. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. This afternoon's referees, Ruth Christian and Kath Cotton. And our starter is Kate Williamson. Our events for this afternoon. Event 101, women's 10 years and over, 100 metres butterfly. 102 is the men's 10 years and over, 50 metres backstroke. And 103 is the women's 10 years and over, 200 metres freestyle. 104 to 117 are the finals of the afternoon's events, women's 100 butterfly and also the 50 backstroke. Our first event this afternoon is event 101, which is the women's 10 years and over 100 metres butterfly. There are 16 heats, of which we will start with heat number 1. We have a birthday to announcement. Evie Claire, his 9th birthday. And I'm hoping the minions come up before. Hey, there we go. So happy birthday, happy 9th birthday to Evie Claire. There's just a couple of extra seconds. Thank you very much. And I think we're just about ready to go with heat number 1. And in this first heat, we have only just 2 swimmers. Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro and Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas. And at the halfway, it was Nicole who had the slight lead, 38.19 over Hannah. And as we come down underneath the flags into the last 5 meters, it is Nicole Lomas that takes it, 122.96 from Hannah. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 2. And as we get this heat 2 underway, we've got Evie Knox from Wigan Best in lane number 1. Jasmine Bracegirdle from Leyland Barracudas in 2. Her teammate Rebecca Ward in lane number 3. Ella Roberts from Prescott in lane 4. Jessica Smith from Flixton in 5. Ellis Bruns from Liverpool Penguins in 6. Rachel Waters, Pioneer 79 in 7. And Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro in lane number 8. And it was Rachel Waters at the turn. She has probably just got about the slenderest of margins over Ellis Bruns, but as we come into the last 5, it's going to be touch and go between these two. It looks as though it's going to be Elise. It is Elise from Rachel, from Jessica Smith. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 3. And in this heat 3, we've got Megan Smith from Leyland Barracudas, Maisie Lurcher from Bolton Metro, Sienna Wrens, Crosby, Sophie Jones from Southport in 4, Emily Swan from Wigan Best in 5, Elizabeth Waring from Lancaster in 6, Tess Fordham from Bolton Metro in 7, and Isabella Evans from Southport in lane number 8. Through the turn, it was Sophie Jones from Southport from Sienna Wrens. And Sophie has just got a slight lead of what looks like Maisie Lurchers. And as we come down into the last 15, it looks like Maisie is the stronger of the two, and she just looks as though she's got the edge. Coming into the last 5, it's going to be touch and go though as Sophie comes back. Sophie gets it. The glide from Maisie just took it away from her as we move on to heat number 4. So in lane 1, we've got Ella Bloxage from City of Salford. Daisy Poole from Wigan Best, she's in 3. Hannah McKeague from Oldham Aquatics in 4. Ella Prescott from Ormskirk in 5. And why is it that I always get complicated names? Anita, I'm just going to call her Anita from City of Manchester, because I think Eve Pendlebury in 7 from City of Salford, and Kathleen Waters from Pioneer 79. I apologise to Mr. or Mrs. Is it Oberwood? Oberwood. I'm looking for inspiration. I am. No? Eve Pendlebury, City of Salford 1 from Hella. Heat 5. And over in lane number 1, we've got Ella Hughes from Liverpool Penguins, Ella Williams from Pioneer 79, Isabel Roberts from City of Liverpool, Harriet Finn, City of Salford, Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro, and then a trio of Southport swimmers, Drew Gallagher in 6, Olivia Borland from Southport obviously in 7, and Jessica Pennyfold in lane number 8. And at the turn it was Jessica Pennyfold from Harriet Finn and Georgia Ashton. But Jessica is just out in front. Not by much. Georgia just starting to come back on it. But it's very, very even. Our other swimmers, Ella Williams, Isabel Roberts, Harriet Finn, just coming back on Georgia. It's going to be Jessica down here in lane number 8 who's going to take the win. 1:14.11, 1:15.09 for Georgia. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 6. Over in lane number 1, we have Amy Harrison from Oldham Aquatics, Lois Cronshaw from Pioneer 79, and the teammate Michaela Shackleton in lane number 3. 4, Charlotte Bacon from Oldham Aquatics, Francesca Wood, City of Salford. Blair Richardson out of Man in 6, Natasha Ty, City of Salford in 7, and Lily Lampercy, also from City of Salford, down here in lane number 8. And it was Michaela Shackleton from Pioneer who turned first in front of Amy Harrison. As we come down into the final 25, there's not much between Amy and Michaela. Even Lois Cronshaw is starting to come back. It could be the 1, 2, 3. But down here, Natasha Ty from the City of Salford is coming through really strongly at the finish. But it's Amy Harrison, Natasha Ty down in lane 7, and then Lois Cronshaw. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 7. As we go down to the halfway turn, it looks as though it's Ruby Hearn, just slightly in front of Lucy Cook from Flixton. Down here in lane number 8 with Ella Falkingham from Southport in lane number 3. She turned in 3rd place, 33.26. But it is still Ruby Hearn from the City of Liverpool. And the battle is going to be for 2nd place, and coming through is Gabriel Booth from Oldham Aquatics. Had a good strong final 50 metres there. Took her through into 2nd place. And we have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 8. So over in lane number 1, we've got Katie Adkins from Southport and her teammate Lauren Tebay. In lane number 2, Ellie Cameron from Leyland Barracudas in 3. Kirsten Dronsfield, City of Manchester in 4. Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best, which is the first of our trio of Wigan Best swimmers. Olivia Sheehan in 6. Georgiana Bott in 7, and Ellen Newton from Pioneer 79 down here in lane number 8. And as we go through 75, it looks as though it's Olivia Sheehan who's probably just got the edge over Ellie Cameron and Lauren Tebay. Is Ellie going to get the 2nd place, or is it going to be Lauren? It is Ellie Cameron. Lauren Tebay just timing a stroke to perfection there. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, Heat 9. As we come into the 50 turn, it's very, very equal. Alexander Livingston from Carnforth down here in lane number 8, 32.99. She turned first, but only just. 33.20, Erin Hoyland, City of Manchester in lane 3. With from Alicia Onoshniski, City of Manchester, down here in lane 7. And as we come down into the final 15, it looks as though it's under Alexander Livingston from Erin Hoyland and Jessica Williamson. And there we have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 10. And in this Heat 10 we have Alice Entwistle from Clitheroe, Rebecca Dawson, City of Manchester, and a teammate Jessica Smith in lane 3, Olivia Logan from Southport, and Olivia Clare from City of Manchester in lane 5, Bailey Siri Kelly, Pioneer in 6, Samantha Ash from Blackpool in 7, Alicia Page Wollstonecroft from the City of Salford down here in lane number 8, and it's lane 7 and 8 that go through 1/10 apart, but it's very, very close. Olivia Clare in lane number 5. It looks as though she's have the stronger of the last 50, and she's going to come in first from Alicia Page Wollstonecroft and Samantha Ash. And we have the confirmation of the results. Heat 11. In 1, we've got Ellie Price from Oldham Aquatics, Leah Edwards, City of Salford, Abby Wyatt, Southport in 3, Lucia Hearn from Worsley in 4, Imogen Moss from Blackpool in 5, Libby Manning from Garston in 6, Rebecca Walsh from the City of Salford in 7, and Alyssa Gornall from Preston turning in first, 31.93 from Libby Manning and Lucia Hearn. And as we come then to the final 25, there's still not much in it. It could be between 6 swimmers. Who gets the touch? It looks like it might go to Lucia Hearn as she comes in. And she does get it from Libby Manning, from Rebecca Walsh, It was very, very close. And there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 12. And as we go down this first 50, we've no Jade Moore from Blackpool. But it's our lane 5 of Emma Jones from City of Salford, who just had the slightest of lead, probably about a body length, over Emma Dixon from the City of Manchester in 7. Anna Duncan, Liverpool Penguins in 3rd, and Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester in 4th. But as we come into the final 25, she's managed to stretch out that lead. And it's now out at 2 metres. Still going at the same stroke rate. Emma Dixon just making clear water between her and Anna Duncan for that second place. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 13. And in this Heat 13, we've got Leah Williams from Pioneer 79 over in lane number 1. Kimberly Burston from Oldham Aquatics in 2. Chloe Quarton from Crosby in 3. Emma Haynes from Wigan Best in 4. Emily Conway from the City of Manchester in lane number 5. Abigail Harrop, Bolton Metro. 6. Ella Bergen-Williams, Oldham Aquatics in 7. And Alexander Carr from Blackpool Aquatics down here in lane number 8. But as with the previous heat, there's very little, I would say, between 4 of our swimmers, especially the first 3. As we come under the flags, it looks like it could be Chloe Quarton. She might take it, she does. From Emily Conway and Emma Haynes. Ella Bergen-Williams, Oldham Aquatics in 4th, and there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 14. Ella Johnson from Southport is our fastest lady in this heat, 1:02.70. From Emily Keys, 1:03.30. 1:05.06 for Emily Lawrence. Jodie Gittins came in on 1:06.19. She turned in second place, but it still looks as though it's Ella Johnson from Emily Keys, and then Jodie Gittins as we come into the finish. It is the 1, 2, 3. 1:05.34. Confirmation of the result. Heat 15. Through the first 25, it looks like Cara Tomasello has got a slight edge over Jessica Calderbank. Our Oldham Aquatics swimmers, especially our ladies, having a very, very good weekend. Oh, they've had a very good county championships actually. I wonder where our mums and dads are from Oldham Aquatics in the. Are they down the bottom end again? And as we come down into the final 15, it is Jessica Calderbank that's probably just got the edge. As Chiara increased her stroke rate and just finished 800ths behind. 1:04.28, 1:04.36 was confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 16. Down this first 50, it's Chantal Austin from Blackpool Aquatics, who has a body length lead, turning in 29.12 over Meadow Dronsfield from the city of Manchester. Holly White in lane 5, turning in third, but that third place, it could go anywhere between 4 or 5 swimmers. But it's going to be Chantal Austin. As she comes down into the last 5 metres, she's going to take it. What I'd like to say, it could be Holly White. It isn't. It's Charlotte Rents from Holly White, from Matty J. Oliver. That was very, very close. We're talking a couple of tenths, well, not even a tenth, couple of tenths of a second on that. And that brings us to the end of event 101. We move on now to our next event, which is the men's 10 years and over 50 meters backstroke. There are 16 heats. And we start with heat number 1. In lane number 2, we've got Francesco Tomasello, City of Manchester. Hayden Soul from Lancaster in 3. Luke Kernin from Liverpool Penguins in 4. Matthew Buxton from Isle of Man in 5. Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best in 6. And Benjamin Paul from Ormskirk in lane number 7. And as we come down to the final 5 metres, it looks as though it could be Hayden Soul. It is 39.23. From Daniel Hayes and Luke Kernin. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 2. So we get ourselves underway in this Heat 2. We've got Daniel Croft from Oldham Aquatics in lane number 2. Lane number 1, sorry, not lane number 2. Ernest Collinson from Garstang in 2. Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas in 3. Tom Adamson from Carnforth in 4. Harvey Kinnear, Preston in 5. Charlie Collins from Wigan Best in 6. Zran Mingao from Aquabears in 7. And Panos Angelakis from the Isle of Man in lane number 8. And it's Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas. And we have confirmation of the result. Heat 3. As we get underway for Heat 3, just a quick announcement that yesterday somebody left a pair of glasses, reading glasses or just normal glasses, a pair of black glasses. They were handed in to me. They were in the timing suite and I forgot all about it. But if you left a pair of glasses, reading glasses, here yesterday, they are in the timing suite downstairs. Thomas Simon from Bridgefield, 36.38. He takes it. There's the result. Heat 4. And in this Heat 4 in lane 1, we've got Johnny Gibbs from Preston, Jake Christen from City of Manchester, Joseph Stout from Salford in 3, Tobias Easton from Lancaster in 4, Mark Thompson from Bolton Metro in 5, Leo Jessup from Preston in 6, Emil Dawkins from Preston in 7, and Robert Littler from Leyland Barracudas He's in lane number 8. And as we come down to the finish, it looks like Jake Christen. It's not, it's Mark Thompson that takes it by 0.3 of a second. And there we have the confirmation of the result, heat 5. Over in lane number 1, we've got Reuben Quayle from Bolton Metro, Lewis Crosby, Stretford in 2, Thomas O'Donnell from Southport in 3, William Havers-Strong from Burnley Bobcats in 4, Alexander Volkovoy heads up a trio of Salford swimmers from Miles Flanagan in 6 and Nathan Arthur in 7, and Maxwell Sturziker from Blackpool Aquatics, he's in lane number 8. And as we come down into the final 5 metres, it looks like it's William Havers-Strong. It is 33.39, 33.62, Miles Flanagan. And then Lewis Crosby from Stretford. And we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 6. As we go through the first 25, Liam Carey over in lane 1. Looks as though he might have the edge on what looks like James Dudley from the Isle of Man. It looks as though Liam is going to take it. He does, 33.52 from James Dudley. Samuel Murphy from Blackburn, and that's the 1, 2, 3. That's the result, and we move on to heat 7. Oliver Tinkler from Wigan Best down here in lane number 8 had the best start. And as we go through 25, it's Caleb Griffiths, Toby Ranson and Charles Kelly have caught him up. Even Tom Arkwright over in lane 3, he's putting in a good swim. It looks as though it's going to be, it is Charles Kelly from Southport, 33 dead. Takes it from Caleb Griffiths, Toby Ranson. And that was the 1, 2, 3. There's the result. As we move on to heat number 8. Last to rise was Reuben Robotham-Keating. In lane number 5, next to him was Matthew Boyd from Clitheroe. But it looks like lane 7, Zach Walmsley from Blackburn, who might just have the edge over everybody else as we come into the last 5 metres. It is Zach Walmsley from Jake Reynolds, Bolton Metro. And then Matthew Murphy down here in lane number 8, and that was the 1, 2, 3. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 9. And while we get this Heat 9 underway, we've got the finalists for the women's 100 metres butterfly, 10 and 11 years age group. Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas, Isabella Evans from Southport, and Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro. And they are the finalists for the 10 and 11 years age group. As we come into the finish, it's Joseph Chappell from Fleetwood, Henry Moore, sorry. And that's the confirmation of that result. Heat 10. "12 years age group, Eva Knox from Wigan Best, Sienna Renz from Crosby, Ella Bloxage, City of Salford, Eve Pendlebury, City of Salford, Jessica Pennyfold, Southport, Elise Bruns from Liverpool Penguins, and Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro. They're the 12 years age group finalists. 13 years, Lucy Turner, Burnley Bobcats, Ella Falkingham, Southport, Jessica Williamson, Wigan Best, Olivia Sheehan, Wigan Best, Hattie Varley, Burnley Bobcats, Gabrielle Booth, Oldham Aquatics, Hannah MacDonald, City of Salford. Sophie Jones, Southport, reserve finalists Maisie Luchas from Bolton Metro and Lily Lampearce from the City of Salford. And we have confirmation of Heat 10, Heat 11. They were the finalists for the 13 years age group. 14 years age group, Ella Price, Oldham Aquatics, Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester, Meadow Dronsfield, City of Manchester, Chiara Tomasello, City of Manchester, Olivia Heron, Worsley, Emma Haynes, Wigan Best, Rebecca Walsh, City of Salford, Bailey Siri Kelly, Pioneer 79, and reserve finalists Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best and Lois Cronshaw from Pioneer 79. And they are the finalists for the 14 years age group in the women's 100 metres butterfly. There's confirmation of Heat 11, Heat 12. A 15 years age group, Kimberly Burston, Oldham Aquatics, Jennifer Green, Wigan Best, Kate Forster, Southport, Charlotte Renz, Crosby, Isabel Williamson, Wigan Best, Maya Greenoff, Wigan Best, Olivia Clare, City of Manchester, Lucia Hearn, Worsley, reserve finalists Samantha Ash from Blackpool Aquatics and Imogen Moss from Blackpool Aquatics. They are the finalists for the 15 years age group in the 100 metres butterfly. Jay Dennett from City of Salford took that one, 30-38. Getting down to that magical 30 seconds. There we have confirmation of the result. Heat 13. (16 years age group), Alexander Carr from Blackpool Aquatics, Emily Conway from City of Manchester, Lizzie Woodcock from Preston, Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best, Holly White from Everton, Chloe Quarton from Crosby, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester, and Elizabeth Wafer from Preston. Reserve finalists Ruby Ahern from City of Liverpool, and Alicia Page Wollstonecroft from the City of Salford. And they are the finalists for this 16 years age group of the women's 100 metres butterfly. There's the confirmation of the result for Heat 13, Heat 14. (17 years age group), Charlotte Dodson from Prescott, Emma Jones from City of Salford, Ella Johnson, Southport, Chantal Austin from Blackpool Aquatics, Jessica Calderbank from Oldham Aquatics, Emily Keys, City of Salford, Matty J. Oliver from Bootle, Ella Bergen-Williams, Oldham Aquatics. Reserve finalists Martha Smith from Clitheroe, Anna Duncan, Liverpool Penguins. And they are all your finalists for the women's 100 metres butterfly finals. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. Confirmation of Heat 14, Heat 15. And in this Heat 15, Jack Roberts, Liverpool Penguins, Rhys Aston from Horwich, William Camden, City of Salford, Daniel Clark from Prescott, Nathan Lowe, City of Salford, Gabriel Glynn, Bolton Metro, Jamie Ingram from City of Manchester, and Dylan Fairclough from Blackburn. As we come down into the finish, it's our golden lanes of Nathan Lowe and Daniel Clark. They're the 1-2. Will Camden, City of Salford, takes third, 28.55. And there we have confirmation of result as we move on to our final heat, Heat 16. We're all away safely as we got Ellis Cleworth in lane 1 from City of Liverpool, Bradley Astles from Preston in 2, Declan Hall, City of Manchester in 3, Thomas Gilroy, Pioneer in 4, Brodie Hewison, Isle of Man in 5, Ivo Van Dijk from Ashton-under-Lyne in 6, James Lee-Sweller from Wigan Best in 7, Jack Hardman from Pioneer 79. We've got Thomas Gilroy, 26.38 from Declan. And there we have confirmation of that result. And that brings us to the end of event 102 The next event, 103, is for the women's 10 years and over 200 metres freestyle. There are 25 heats, and we start with heat number 1. And so after that bit of a splash and dash, we seem to have come back to some sort of normality. Give ourselves a bit of a breather. This women's 200 freestyle. Lots of heats, 25 of them. But at least it gives us a little bit of time just to sit back and relax. Especially for me anyway. And so in this heat number 1, we've got Lola Cragg from the Burley Bobcats in lane 3. In lane 4, we've got Grace Reed from Prescott in 4, and Lisa Brazaghi from Bolton Metro in lane number 5. And she's already established a healthy lead, 6, maybe 7 metres over Grace in lane number 4. She turned it halfway in 1:13.73. Came in on 2:46.12. So we're going to be well under that if we keep going at this pace. That lead now has gone out to 10 metres. As Lisa comes down into the final 25. Still, as we said, entry time 2:46, going to be well under that, 10 seconds, 10, 12 seconds under that. Good swim by Lisa. And well done to our other 2 ladies, Grace Reed, Lola Cragg. And that was the result, heat number 2. As we come down to the 150 turn, Lauren Cusick from Aquabez, 1:14.56 at the halfway. It was slightly behind Lisa at the halfway turn. She finished on 1:34. As we come into the finish, they're going to be round about the same sort of time. 1:34.39 for Lauren. 1:35.01 from Adia Tiernan. Lucy Parsons from Prescott in 5. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to heat number 3. So as we get this heat 3 underway, we have the finalists for the men's 50 backstroke. 10 and 11 years age group: Hayden Soul, Lancaster; Swanming Gao from Aquabez; Finley Pope from Bolton Metro; Ruben Quayle, Bolton Metro; Thomas Simon from Bridgefield; Emil Dawkins from Preston; Harvey Kinnear from Preston; and Daniel Hayes from Wigan Best. Reserve finalist Daniel Croft, and from Oldham Aquatics, and Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins. And they are the finalists for the 10 and 11 years age group. 12 years age group: Robert Littler, Leyland Barracudas; Johnny Gibbs from Preston; Jake Christen from City of Manchester; Mark Tomsett, Bolton Metro; Maxwell Sturziker, Blackpool Aquatics; Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best; Callum Rollin from Southport; Owen Heathcote Jones is from Carnforth; and the reserve finalists: Harrison Knight from Ormskirk and Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas. And they are the 12-year age group finalists for the 50 backstroke. 13-year age group: Miles Flanagan, City of Salford; William Havers Strong, Burnley Bobcats; Bradley Snelham, Leyland Barracudas; Miles Paul, City of Salford; Zach Warmley from Blackburn; Caleb Griffiths from Crosby; Liam Carey from Wigan Best; Ethan Ramali from Pioneer 79, and the reserve finalists: Ruben Robotham Keating from the City of Manchester, and Lewis Crosby from Stretford. 14 years age group: Harry Robinson, Pioneer 79; Henry Moore from Southport; Gabriel Taylor Rimmer from Bolton Metro; Ellis Cleworth, City of Liverpool; Bailey Boyd-Oss from Aquabez; Nathan Holmes from Preston; James Hanford, Leyland Barracudas; Joseph Arcangelo from Chorley Marlins, and the reserve finalists: Jake Reynolds from Bolton Metro and Matthew Murphy from the City of Salford. And they're the 14 years age group finalists for the men's 10 years and over 50 metres backstroke. And there we have the confirmation of the result for Heat 3. Heat 4. '15 years age group: Joseph Chappell from Fleetwood; Alfredo Lozano from Wigan Best; Alex Campbell, City of Manchester; Gabriel Glynn, Bolton Metro; Adam Jones, City of Manchester. Harry Robinson from Preston. Russell Chavez from City of Salford. Benjamin Havers-Strong from Burnley Bobcats. And the reserve finalists, Harvey Lowe from Isle of Man and Joel Morley from Southport. 16 years age group, Christian Allen, City of Liverpool. Jude Gibson, City of Manchester. Thomas Duxbury, Bolton Metro. Alexander Morley from City of Salford. Luca Tomasello, City of Manchester. Cal McKenna, Leyland Barracudas. Matthew Rooney, Everton. Luke Suarez from Crosby. And the reserve finalists, Elliot Warwick from Liverpool Penguins and Ewan Wilson from the City of Salford. The 17 years and over age group, we have Aaron Bostock, Pioneer 79, Will Camden, City of Salford, Neil Wiley from Prescott, Thomas Gilroy from Pioneer 79, Daniel Clark from Prescott, Nathan Lowe, City of Salford, Matthew Evans, City of Manchester, and Declan Hall from the City of Manchester. Reserve finalists are Jamie Ingram from the City of Manchester and Reese Aston from Horwich. And they are your finalists for the men's 10 years and over 50 metres backstroke finals. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. And as we come down into the last 50 metres, it's Freya Boardman and Jessica Pennyfold battling it out for this first place, when it's going to be Jessica. 2:27.15, 2:28.10 for Freya. And Mia Mason over on the far side in lane number 1. They were the U1, 2, 3. And that's the confirmation of the results. Heat number 5. Just a mere 20 heats to go before we start our finals. Not that I'm wishing my life away. It's been another long day, especially for our mums and dads whose children get in the finals, especially if they're in the last final of the day. And so in this Heat 5, we have Grace Whiteman-Love from Bolton Metro, Madeline Hemus from the Isle of Man, Jessica Smith from Flixton, Elizabeth Ashton from Oldham Aquatics, Mia Smith, Pioneer 79, Sasha Robb from Carnforth in 6, Isabella Evans from Southport in 7, and Holly Brown from Blackburn in lane number 8. It's Jessica Smith from Flixton, who's managed to ease herself away from the rest of our swimmers as she comes down into the 150 turn. She turns in 1:48.21. into the final 25. 2:29.59 is her time to beat. It looks as though she's going to be under that. Into the last 5 meters, it's going to be about a 5-second PB. 2:24.82 entry time, 2:29.59. So it's a nice little personal best there for Jessica. Good swim. We have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 6. As we go through the halfway mark, it's Emily McSharry from the city of Salford, 1:10.36. Amber Mann from Preston, 1:10.88, not far behind. Afia Minnis, city of Manchester, down here in lane number 8, having a good swim. And Lily Gregg with her, not too far behind. As we go through the 150 turn, it's still Emily from Amber Mann, from Afia Minnis, and then Tanisha Benet-Smith having a very, very good third 50 that's put her back into contention and is coming through all the time. Is she going to run out of the pool, or is she going to find herself, as we come under the flags, I think our first two of Emily and Amber are going to hang on. But a fantastic swim by Tanisha Benet-Smith, city of Liverpool. Sure her mum will be pleased. Great last 50 to come through into third place. As we have the confirmation of the result for Heat 6 as we move on to Heat 7. Down we come to the halfway turn. And we have Ruby McFarland from Aurora Fajato. And then Isabel Dunn from Charlie Marlins over on the far side. Having a good swim. And there's daylight between her and the other swimmers on the far side. But it's our lane 6 of Ruby McFarland. Who seems to be easing her way out in front. Aurora just fading out on that third 50 there. And Isabel Dunn still maintaining that tempo. Still maintaining, has jumped into second place. And has had a very good final 50. But it's going to be Ruby McFarland from Isabel Dunn. And in fourth place, third place will be lane 4, sorry. There's Jessica Murray from the city of Salford. We have confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 8. In this lane number 1, we've got Kenzie Ormrod from Pioneer 79, Lucy Coleman from Wigan Best in lane number 2, and a teammate Amy Crompton Hesford. In lane number 3, Francesca Wood, City of Salford. In 4, Ella Williams, Pioneer 79, and her teammate Ella Newton. In lane number 6, Faye Speakman from Wigan Best completes the trio of our Wigan Best swimmers. Is in lane number 7. And she turns in 4th place. Amy Crompton Hesford though. And Lucy Coleman in lanes 1 and 2 have just got a slight lead over Ella Newton. But as we come down to our 150 turn, it's going to be Lucy Coleman from Amy Crompton Hesford. And then Ella Newton from Pioneer 79. There's now daylight starting to appear behind Lucy Coleman. As our other Wigan Best swimmer comes through, Faye Speakman has had a fabulous final 50, and it's going to be a Wigan Best 1, 2 and 3. Timed it to perfection. Came through into 3rd place. And we have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 9. over in lane number 1, we've got Anita of Wadu from the city of Manchester. I hope that's how we pronounce it. Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro. Elizabeth Braley, Blackpool Aquatics. Amy Doyle, City of Salford. Amelia Hunt from Bootle in 5. Lauren Airy from Preston in 6. Ellie Hughes, Liverpool Penguins in lane number 7. And Georgia Singleton from the Burnley Bobcats in lane number 8. It's Amelia Hunt that goes through in first place, 109.56 from Lauren Airy and Amy Doyle. These two just easing themselves out in front of Amy Doyle in third place. But that third place is definitely not secure, as we have Eleanor Kay and Elizabeth Braley in lane 2, but also down here at Georgia Singleton from Burnley Bobcats, who is breathing down their necks. So it's still Amelia Hunt from Lauren Airy, and then Eleanor Kay. As we come down into the final 25, is Lauren Airy going to manage to hang on? Or is Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro going to steal it from her? As we come into the last 5 metres, it's Amelia Hunt from Lauren Airy and Eleanor Kay. We have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 10. And so at halfway, it looks as though the far side of the pool is having the better of the swims up to now. Catherine Waters, Kira Prentice, Olivia Borland, Elizabeth Webster. But through halfway, Ella Bloxage from City of Salford has managed to pull herself level, as well as Lola Barron from Burnley Bobcats down here in lane number 8. Turned in 110.57 in 6th place. It looks as though she's come right back into it. If she doesn't turn in first, she'll not be far behind. 148.92. 146.45 for Kira Prentice. Then Ella Bloxage, Catherine Waters, Olivia Borland. They're all within a second of each other. So it's still Kira Prentice, who's managing to stay out in front as we come into the last 5 metres. But it looks as though Alexander Brophy accelerated into that last 5 metres and has got herself a second place, 2:23.25. A confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 11. So in this heat 11, as we come down to halfway, there's only going to be a second, I would probably say. 1951 through to 110.73 covers all 8 swimmers. That isn't a great deal, although as we go through 125, it looks as though Emily Unsworth, City of Manchester, and Ellie Thompson from Aquabears are starting to make a bit of a move. And they're going to turn 1 and 2 out in lanes 1 and 2. 145.87. And now the chase is going to be on down this final 50. And as we come into the final 25, it's Emily Unsworth that's managing to just edge herself out in front. Body length lead over Ellie Thompson. And into the last 5 metres, Ellie Thompson and Hermione Worrell from Aquabears down in lane number 7. As a correction, and we have confirmation of the result that Olivia Logan from Southport took the 3rd place. Heat 12. So through the first 50, Alyssa McElroy, Southport, 31.57. We're getting down to that magical 30 seconds, the first 50. I wonder who's going to be the first one to break it. Or under that magical 60 seconds for our 100 metres. But it's still Alyssa McElroy from Southport, who turns in 1.761 from Alice Sands at 1.869. But Emily Morris over in lane number 1 from Garston is starting to come back on Alyssa McElroy. And she's turned in second place, just around about a second and a half behind. It looks as though she's catching her all the time, but she's going to run out of pool. It's going to be Alyssa McElroy. And down here, Samantha Ash has come storming through in this final 15. She's taken the third place at 2:21.88. It was a really, really good swim by all three ladies, by everybody really. A confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 13. Down at halfway, 1:06.42 is Caitlin O'Brien. She turns in first from Alyssa Oleszniski. Ruby Charmack, her teammate, in lane number 3, turned third, 1:08.04. But it is still Caitlin out in front. And second place is not determined yet. It's very, very close now by at least 5 swimmers, if not 6. It could be everybody as we come into the final 25. Caitlin has got clear daylight between her and the rest of the swimmers, but it's going to be very, very close. Who's going to take this heat? It looks as though it might be Lucy Dixon over in lane 2, who's come through, but maybe Holly Barden. It isn't. It's Lucy Dixon from Holly Barden. But that was really, really close coming into that final 25. And a confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 14. as we're swimming in pairs down this in this heat. Lanes 1, 2, 4 and 5, 7 and 8. Nobody in lane 3 or lane 6. And over on the far side we've got Chloe Hand from City of Manchester and Ruby Kane from Pioneer 79. They turn first and second. And then in lanes 4 and 5, turning third and fourth, Emily Peters, City of Manchester, and Christine Williams from Preston. And then in lanes 7 and 8, turning in fifth and sixth, was Freya Ainsworth, City of Liverpool, and Olivia Brannick from Oldham Aquatics. And we're just starting to mix the numbers up. Still Ruby, slightly out in front of Chloe, over there in lanes 1 and 2. And our lanes 7 and 8, Freya Ainsworth and Olivia Brannick. They look as though they're swimming together, and they're going to come back on our lane 4 and 5. But as we come down this final 50, Emily Peters is starting to put in a good challenge, as well as Freya Ainsworth from the City of Liverpool. I don't think they're actually going to catch Chloe, who now looks as though she's got daylight between her and Ruby. But coming into the final 5 meters, it looks like Emily Peters is going to get the second. She does, with Ruby Kane in third, Freya Ainsworth in fourth, Olivia Brannick fifth, Kirsten Williams in sixth. And that was your result. As we move on to heat 15. As this heat starts to settle down, we have the lane 2 of Poppy Bridge and lane 6 of Michaela Shackleton. And they're turning in first and second. It looks like Michaela's had the better of the turns. She's just slightly out in front, but not much to choose from. It can all change as we go down to the 150 turn. It looks like Poppy Bridge has come through. And she's going to turn first at 150. With Amy White from Everton next door to her in lane 1, turning in second place. And the chase is on. Amy has started to increase her stroke rate. Is she going to manage to catch Poppy Bridge? As Poppy looks as though she's just managed to accelerate her way and just put that little bit of daylight in between her. But coming through, Lauren Bradley Holt in lane 7. has come through to take that second place away from Amy White. A good finish for Lauren as we confirm heat 15, heat 16. Jessica Smith is slightly out in front of Ella Smith, no relation, in Southport. There's Jessica in lane 5, Ella in lane 7. I do think there is something for everybody be called Smith when we come to counties. You can have any club you want as long as you're called Smith. It makes things a lot easier, especially with pronunciations. Or Jones. Jones is a good one as well. Short. Sweet. So Jess is coming down, has led for virtually all of this heat. And she takes the win, 2:16.41 from Ella Falkingham. And Eve Richins from the Liverpool Penguins. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 17. We have an announcement for our team managers and head coaches that the heat sheets for the finals are available in the coach's office. So if you'd like to wander on down and pick up a sheet. So the heat sheets for the finals are available in the coaches room. So if you'd like to get yourself down there, get yourself one. They are available as of now, as we wait for the confirmation of the result from Heat 17. And there we have it, Heat 18. That's a good start by Leah Williams. Down here in lane number 7. As over in lane number 1, we've got Zoe Carlos from the city of Liverpool, Blair Richardson, Isle of Man in 2, Molly Gordon, Blackpool Aquatics in 3, Morgan Gaskell-French from Leyland Barracudas in 4, Amber Gower is Wigan Best in 5, Kashiki Chowan from the city of Manchester in 6, Leah Williams, as we said, in lane number 7 from Pioneer, and Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics in lane number 8. I was talking to Morgan Gaskell-French, that is, the other day. She's studying motorsport at college. Brilliant. I didn't know you could study motorsport. She strips engines down and everything. Although she did say when she did a service, she forgot to put the brake blocks back in, the brake pads. Not a good idea. But it's been a long day. It has been a long day. But the thing is that, like, my hat is off to Morgan. Yeah, motorsport, stripping engines. A woman who can strip an engine down, I'm all over it. It's great. Most women can't put oil in the car or petrol. That's you know what I mean. You know where I'm coming from, don't you? I always get my other car back when it needs petrol or it needs washing. Well done, Morgan. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 19. Down this first 50. In lane 1 we've got Ella Mounsey from Carnforth, Lottie Fingleton from City of Manchester in 2. Libby Manning from Garston in 3. Neve Knowles from Bolton Metro in 4. Eleanor Priestner, Southport in 5. Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester in 6. Gemma Croft from Oldham Aquatics in 7. And Ella Price, also from the Oldham Aquatics, Down here in lane number 8. I've not seen our Oldham Aquatics fan club. Where are we? Are we still down that bottom? Oldham Aquatics. Oh, we've got somebody in front of us. Oh, you're Oldham as well. Is David Rees still about with you? Is he not here today? Is he down the other end? He's gone home. It's nice to see you anyway. Yeah, yesterday you were all down the other end, I believe. Oh, down there. Oh, I see. Ah. Oh, through halfway, Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester. Neve Knowles. It's 10620. Libby Manning from Garston in lane 3 in 3rd place. And down this last 50. It is still Jasmine Stockton from Libby Manning over in lane number 3. Either side those golden lanes. And she comes in 2:14.65 from Libby Manning, 2:17.33. Anella Mounsey 2:19.32. There we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 20. We're in the 2s, 2 zeros. Down this first 50, we've still not managed to break the 30-second mark. Getting very, very close to it, Ella Snaleham. Good evening to Mr. Snaleham down there on poolside. It's 1:04.48 for Ella. From Emma Tabernacle, Preston. Returning in 2nd place. 3rd, Charlotte Riley from City of Salford, and Southport's Maisie Johnson in 4th at 1:06.23. As we come down to the 150 turn, it's between Leyland and Preston, either side of the pool. Ella keeping a very nice tempo. Stretching out lane 4 though, Maisie Johnson is starting to come back as Emma Tabernacle looks as though she's just crept through into that first place. It's going to be Emma Tabernacle from Maisie Johnson from Ella Snaleham. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it. Heat 21. There's no Alicia Bergen-Williams in this heat. So a flying solo on the other side in lane 1, Jessica Miller from Blackpool Aquatics, and then Olivia Clare, City of Manchester, in lane number 3. Lizzie Wafer from Preston in lane number 4. Jessie Robson, Blackpool Aquatics in 5. Lucia Hearn from Worsley. 6, Alicia Hogan, Bolton Metro. At 8, Grace Long from the City of Liverpool is down here in lane number 8. But Olivia Clare has gone out. Has gone storming out in the first 100 and has got clear daylight between her and everybody else. But it's very, very even for that second place. And it's going to be touch and go if we manage to stay like this. Just losing touch, Alicia Hogan in lane number 7. But it's still very, very even. Olivia Clare still out in front, about a 3-metre lead now. But our golden lanes are just starting to break away from the others. Lizzie Wafer, Jessie Robson. It looks like Jessie Robson might just have the edge, but in lane number 6, Lucia Hearn has come through just to steal that third place away from Lizzie Wafer, as we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 22. Have you ever thought to yourself that there's actually so many words you can say in your lifetime? I think that today I'm getting near that level. A Monty Python script. Well, there you go. My Theory of the Brontosaurus by A. Elk. My theory of the Brontosaurus is that it's thin at one end, much, much thicker in the middle, and thin again at the other. That is my theory and all that it is. Monty Python. Norwegian blue. It's a parrot. Beautiful plumage. It's dead. No, it isn't. It's just asleep. Have you never watched Monty Python? You don't know what you're missing. It is no longer living. It has curled its toes up. I digress. Let's get back to the serious stuff. We're at heat 22. Through the 150. Victoria Dawson out on the far side in lane number 1. He's just managing to stay out in front of Sydney Bairstow. She takes it. Sydney coming through into second place, 2:12.29. It's Emily Conway from the city of Manchester. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. There we have the confirmation as we move on to Heat 23. Just a slight announcement. Could we have a member of staff to come onto the balcony? We have a large puddle of water. If you just mind your step as you walk down the spectators gallery, we have a large puddle of water from a spilt drink. So mind your step, walk round it, don't walk through it, and definitely don't slip. We have confirmation of the result for Heat 23, Heat 24. As we come into the finish in this penultimate heat, we wait for the confirmation of that result, and there we have it as we move in to our final heat. Heat 25. As we come into this final 25, it's Jodie Gittins. She's coming into the finish. And there we have the confirmation of that result. Jodie Gittins, Wigan Best, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester, Isabel Hartley from the City of Salford. That was the 1, 2, 3. We're just going to take a couple of minutes before we start our finals. Just so our officials could have a comfort break. Chloe Hand, we look up to the gallery. Chloe Hand. Chloe Hand. No. Any Chloe? With the red tag underneath the scoreboard. Chloe, can you hear us? Sometimes I think that actually I talk to myself up here. I think it's only going out on the World Wide Web. Nobody actually takes any notice of me. Chloe Hand. Have you been to the Hacienda? Have you ever been to the Hacienda? Graham Goulding, Hacienda. Thursday night, student night. I was never a student. Never got that far. 4 weeks I did at college. Got myself a job. Give it up as a bad job. Yeah. No, just some sort of music. Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? Are we just waiting for some officials? Apologies for the music then. Techno Disco Tool it was called. Yeah, just a second. We're looking for Leonardo de Fort. If he could immediately return to poolside. Leonardo de Fort from the Isle of Man. If he could return to the poolside as quickly as possible. And I think we're just about ready for our first final of this afternoon, which is event 104 for the men's 10 and 11 years 50 metres backstroke final. As we get this first final underway, we've got Hayden Soul from Lancaster in lane number 1, Zhuang Ming Gao from Aquabears in 2, Finley Pope, Bolton Metro in 3, Reuben Quayle from Bolton Metro in 4, Thomas Simon from Bridgefield in 5, Emil Dawkins from Preston in 6, Harvey Kinnear from Preston in 7, and Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best in lane number 8. As we come down into the finish, it's Reuben Quayle from Thomas Simon, Finley Pope. And we have confirmation of that result as we move on to event 105, which is for the men's 12 years 50 metres backstroke final. In this 12 years age group final, we've got Robert Littler from Leyland Barracudas in 1, Johnny Gibbs from Preston in 2, Jake Christen from the City of Manchester in 3, Matt Thompson, Bolton Metro in 4, Maxwell Sturziker from Blackpool Aquatics in 5, Simon Grimes from Wigan Best in 6, Callum Rollin from Southport in 7, Owen Heathcote Jones from Carnforth in lane number 8. And as we come down into the last 5 metres, it's between Jake Christen and Mark Thompson. Jake Christen, Mark Thompson, Maxwell Sturziker. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is event 106 for the men's 13 years, 50 metres backstroke final. Right, in this final, we've got Miles Flanagan from the City of Salford in 1, William Havers Strong, Burnley Bobcats in 2, Bradley Snelham, Leyland Barracudas in 3, Miles Paul, City of Salford in 4, Zach Walmsley from Blackburn in 5, Caleb Griffiths from Crosby in 6, Liam Carey from Wigan Best in 7, and Ethan Romali, Pioneer 79 in lane 8. As we come down into the finish, Miles Paul from Bradley Snelham, Caleb Griffiths, so we move on to our next final. Here's event 107, the men's 14 years, 50 metres backstroke final. And so as we get this 14 years age group underway, through the first 25 it looks like Ellis Cleworth, lane 4 from City of Liverpool, has got the edge over Bailey Boyd-Oss from Aquabes in lane number 5. That's going to be the first and second. And Nathan Holmes from Preston in third, 31.04. 29.93 for Ellis. There's a confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 15 years, 50 metres backstroke final. In lane 1 we've got Joseph Chaffel from Fleetwood, Alfredo Lozano from Wigan Best in 2, Alex Campbell, City of Manchester in 3, Gabriel Glynn, Bolton Metro in 4, Adam Jones, City of Manchester in 5, Harry Robinson from Preston in 6, Russell Chavez, City of Salford in 7, Benjamin Havers Strong, Burnley Bobcats in lane 8. And it looks as though it's going to be Gabriel Glynn, but very, very close. Alex Campbell from Harry Robinson. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next event, event 109, which is the men's 16 years, 50 metres backstroke final. So over in lane number 1, we've got Christian Allen, City of Liverpool, Jude Gibson from the City of Manchester in 2, Thomas Duxbury, Bolton Metro in 3, Alexander Morley, City of Salford in 4, Luca Tomasello, City of Manchester in 5, Kyle McKenna, Leyland Barracudas in 6, Matthew Rooney, Everton in 7, and Luke Suarez from Crosby in lane number 8. And as we come down to it, it's going to be very, very close. It looks as though it's going to be Alexander Morley from Thomas Duxbury, Luca Tomasello. We have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next event, which is event 110, the men's 17 years and over 50 meters backstroke final. So off we go in this final of the men's backstroke. And setting off like a rocket, Thomas Gilroy. Here in lane number 4, next to him, Daniel Clark from Prescott. But it's going to be Thomas Gilroy as we come into the last 5. Thomas Gilroy from Daniel Clark, from Nathan Lowe, City of Salford. That was the 1, 2, 3. And that was the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next event, which is event 111, and the women's 10 and 11 years 100 meters butterfly final. So in this first final of the women's 100 meters butterfly, we have Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas in lane number 3. Lane number 4, Isabella Evans from Southport. That's turning first in 35.51. And in lane number 5, Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro, turning in second place, 37.13. They're looking to better their entry times into the final. Isabella, 1:21.75. She's got about a 4-meter lead now, and stretching away all the time over Nicole. And she's going to come into a touch 1:17. 1:16.65 has been corrected on the time. 1:20.74, 1:25.68 from Hannah Morris. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. All our swimmers better than their entry times, or personal best times. And there we have the confirmation of the results. As we move on to our next event, which is event 112, the women's 12 years 100 meters butterfly final. As you may have seen, we had a disqualification in that last event. As, Nicole Lomas was disqualified. So Isabella Evans taking first place from Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas. As we come into the turn, it's Jessica Pennifold from Southport, from Eve Pendlebury and Eleanor Kay, Bolton Metro. As we come down into the final 25, it's still Jessica Pennifold from Eve Pendlebury. And as we come into the final 15, it's Eve Pendlebury that's just managing to come through, and our other Salford swimmer, Ella Bloxage, looks as though she's going to get second. Who's going to get third? It's Elise Bruns from Liverpool Penguins that takes the third place. And there we have the confirmation of that result. She just faded towards the end. As we move on to our next event, event 113, which is the women's 13 years 100 meters butterfly final. This 13 years age group final, we've got Lucy Turner from Burnley Bobcats in lane 1, Ella Falkingham from Southport in lane 2, Jessica Williamson from Wigan Best in lane 3, Olivia Sheehan from Wigan Best in lane 4, Hattie Varley from Burnley Bobcats in lane 5, Gabrielle Booth from Oldham Aquatics in 6, Hannah MacDonald from City of Salford in 7, and Sophie Jones from Southport in lane number 8. It's Jessica Williams though, and Olivia Sheehan. It turned first and second with Hattie Varley. But as we come down into the last 15 metres, it looks like Olivia Sheehan, but Hattie Varley is coming through. It's going to be all on the touch in this last 5 metres. Who's going to get it? It's Hattie Varley from Olivia Sheehan and Jessica Williamson. As we have the confirmation of that result, as we move on to event 114, which is the women's 14 years 100 metres butterfly final. As over in lane 1-1, we've got Ella Price from Oldham Aquatics, Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester in 2, Meadow Dronsfield, City of Manchester in 3, Cara Tomasello from the City of Manchester in 4, Olivia Heron from Worsley in 5, Emma Haynes from Wigan Best in 6, Rebecca Walsh from the City of Salford in lane number 7, and Bailey Siri Kelly from Pioneer 79 in lane number 8. Well, it's Chiara Tomasello who turned first under that magical 30 seconds, 29.04, and has stayed out in front of Meadow Dronsfield. And Olivia Heron is coming fighting back as we come into the last 5 metres. It looks as though it's going to be Chiara Tomasello from Olivia Heron and Meadow Dronsfield just dropping into that 3rd place as we have the confirmation of that result. And we move on to our next event, event 115, which is the women's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly final. Down this first 50, it's very, very even as we come into the turn. Isabel Williamson from Wigan Best turns first before Kate Forster from Southport, Charlotte Renz from Crosby. It lane 5, Isabel Williamson from Wigan Best. She's just got a slight lead over Charlotte Renz, Kate Forster, and even Mia Greenock on this other side is going to come through. Who's going to get the 3rd place? It's Mia Greenock. 1st and 3rd for our Wigan Best swimmers. As we wait for confirmation of that result, and there we have it. And we move on to event 116, which is the women's 16 years, 100 metres butterfly final. Over in lane number 1, we've got Alexander Carr from Blackpool Aquatics. Emily Conway, City of Manchester in 2, Elizabeth Woodcock. Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best in 4. Holly White from Everton in 5. Chloe Quarton from Crosby. In lane 6, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester in 7, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston. And in lane number 8, it's Holly White from Lizzie Woodcock. Who's going to get it, Lizzie or Holly White? Lizzie Woodcock from Holly White from Jodie Gittins. As we have the confirmation of that result, as we move on to our last event, which is event 117, the women's 17 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. And this in our last final of today. In lane number 1, we've got Charlotte Dodson from Prescott, Emma Jones from the City of Salford in 2, Ella Johnson from Southport in 3, Chantal Austin from Blackpool Aquatics in 4, Jessica Calderblanc from Oldham Aquatics in 5, Emily Keys from City of Salford in 6, Matty J. Oliver, Bootle in 7, and Ella Bergen-Williams from Oldham Aquatics in lane number 8. But it's Chantal Austin from Jessica Calderbank and Ella Johnson. It's going to be Chantal, who's now got daylight between her and the other 2 swimmers as they come in. But who's it going to be? It's going to be Ella Johnson. It is from Jessica Calderbank. As that is confirmed on the board, Chantal Austin from Blackpool Aquatics, from Ella Johnson from Southport, from Jessica Calderbank. And that is confirmed as a result. And that brings us to the end of our swimming for these county championships for this year, 2018. We shall probably see you all again in the regionals. But just before we go, we have a presentation for the team award. So that will be down on poolside. So as we wait for our officials who are doing the prize presentation or the medal presentation, we'd like to thank our officials, our team of technical officials, and me. I'd like to thank myself. Apparently I was really good. You've got to blow your own trumpet, haven't you? Because I don't think anybody else does, especially on a microphone. Anyway, I apologise. Down on poolside, Mr. Rick, he's going to present the shields for the teams. So I think he's got a microphone somewhere round around. Has he forgot the microphone? I can't believe it. Sorry, Gary. I have to apologise, you know, for some people who are you're working with.
Sorry, Mark. I was just going to wait for you just to announce it to everyone. I didn't realise you wanted me to take over from that point of view. So, no, I'm not presenting it. Mr. Gary Whittle is going to present on behalf of the Lancashire exec. Gary obviously is the competition secretary. So without further ado, we've known this for a little while because it's been an absolute runaway for them this year. But if we could have the City of Manchester, please, to come and collect the age group trophy, as they are this year's Lancashire age group winners. And as well as the age group winners, they've also won the junior and senior championships. So a big, massive round of applause, please, to the City of Manchester as they come to collect their shields. We're gonna move out the way.
Many congratulations to the City of Manchester team.
So I can see the coaches getting a snap. But okay, guys. So just one while all the Manchester guys are together. If you can still hear me, even though I'm stood 2 feet away, I don't think they can hear me. But never mind. Big round of applause to Manchester. Thank you to everyone's help over the weekend. And I'll hand you back to Mark, who can finish off, wrap up, and finish off for us. Call the end to Lancashires.
Thank you very much, Rick. I'd like to thank everybody that stayed to the end. Obviously, you've had sons, daughters swimming in these finals. I hope it's worked out well for you. I hope there's lots of personal bests. Many thanks to our team of officials, our technical staff, our helpers,